Hi guys, in this video let's discuss about a news which came up about the west side of Hyderabad about Nimz which is coming near Zahirabad. So let's look into the news. This news came up in Times of India 5 days ago on January 10th. Let me share the screen with you and let us read what is the news and what we can derive from it. As you can see, this is from the Times of India. This came up on January 10th, 2021, which is just 5 days ago. The headline is Zahirabad Nimz, Telangana takes a leap in attracting industry talent. Okay, which means Telangana is pushing to attract industry and talent. Now, with the Pharma City project gathering steam, the Telangana government is now sharpening focus on Zahirabad NIMS, National Investment and Manufacturing Zone, to boost the manufacturing sector of the region. That's a quite interesting and important thing to notice. Now, what is this NIMS? As said, National Investment Manufacturing Zone are mega manufacturing hubs. The government of India, part of its National Manufacturing Zone policy 2011, has announced setting up NIMS project to boost the share of manufacturing sector in GDP. Okay, that's beautiful, right? It's an initiative by government of India in 2011 of manufacturing policy. Now, that's one of the initiatives, NIMS. NIMS are greenfield projects with a minimum size of 5,000 hectares. That's a huge land, isn't it? Now, where is Zahirabad NIMS coming up? The NIMS at Zahirabad was granted final approval in December 2015, and the state government is establishing it near Zahirabad, Naikal, and Jan Sangam Mandals, Jara Sangam Mandals in Sangareddy district, formerly Medak. Spread over an area of 13,500 acres. That's a huge land, right? Now, let us see where it comes in the map. I hope you can see my map now. So I've just typed from BHEL to Zahirabad. Okay, now as you can see, this is BHEL, and this yellow line is the outer ring road, which ends near Muttangi, just before Muttangi, right? And then if you keep coming forward, there is Rudraram, there is Sangareddy, in between there is Isnapur, and then if you keep going ahead, there is Sadashivapet. Okay, and then if you keep going forward, there is Zahirabad, right? So you can see the big towns between are Sangareddy, Sadashivapet, and Zahirabad. And it is coming somewhere between Jan Sangam and Nilekal. So if you see, this is here. Okay, this is the area where the NIMS is coming up, which means it is between Sadashivapet, which is a grown area. It's like a town, small town. Sadashivapet is like a small town, in fact, and Zahirabad. So it is coming between Sadashivapet and Zahirabad, which is Nilekal and Jarasangam. Okay, this is where the names is coming up. Now let's go and read the news further. Okay, this location we already saw. Which manufacturing sectors can NIMS attract? They're saying defense and aerospace, logistics, electrical equipment and electronics, food and agro processing, automobile transport equipment, and metal, among others. Now, there are a lot of hard companies, in the sense, a lot of hardware based companies are going to come here, manufacturing companies are going to come here. What is the employment investment potential? The employment is 2.44 lakhs. That's a huge number of employment, isn't it? And they're expected to invest 37,740 crores in the first phase, and the final phase around 96,778 crores in the final phase, which is expected to be around 2040. Yeah. Now see, that's a huge money and the huge number of population which is going to get jobs in this place, right? The infrastructure cost is somewhere around 4,500 crores for development of internal infrastructure, while the total cost for external linkages is estimated about 6,100 crores. Okay, perfect. Now, what makes it attractive for investors? It is located at NH65, which is the National Highway 65, the Mumbai Highway, which connects the east and the west coast ports of India. This site is around 80 kilometers from Hyderabad. If you can see, I have typed BHCL to Hyderabad, it comes around 79.7, so around 80 kilometers, not much far from Hyderabad. and 66 kilometers from the Hyderabad outer ring road. And Bidar is located 10 kilometers northwest of the site. Bidar is close by. It has two airports, Hyderabad International Airport and Bidar Airport. Okay, major crops such as, okay, this is good. Well established industries present in the influence zone, which offers scope of their expansion. Availability of abundant talent in the region. Okay, these are the reasons why it is becoming attractive for investors to invest in this zone. Now, let's see some news which is highlighted. The pharmaceutical project 2 was accorded Nimz status, and the state government has already received environmental clearance for it. So for pharmaceutical, the clearance of environment is done. Nimz is also going to get it. We are commencing the environmental impact assessment process later this month. Telangana IT and Industries Principal Secretary Jayesh Ranjan said, once the environment assessment is completed, work on development of infrastructure will commence. He said, adding that the public hearing scheduled on January 20 and officials will explain pollution related safeguards to the villages. Now, which means on January 20, we'll get an update on this, which is good. State government has recently requested the center to allocate 500 crores for the phase 1 development of the project. Perfect. So if you see, a lot of good news is seen on this NIMS, right? Currently, only 2,900 acres of land of total 13,500 acres unmarked for the project is in possession of the state government. It's expected to acquire the rest this year, which means only hardly maybe around 3,000 acres is in possession. A lot of land is yet to be possessed by the government. Ranjan pointed out that apart from attractive land prices, Zahirabad NIMS scores very high in terms of road, rail, port, as well as air connectivity. And the region also has a good mix of talent availability due to the presence of many industries in the nearby areas. This is really interesting. Now, if you see this news, this can give a lot of mileage to the real estate, which is coming up in the west side of Hyderabad, which is the Mumbai highway. If you see, already a lot of companies are operating near Sadashivapet. A lot of plotting projects are there between Sadashivapet to Zahirabad. See, Zahirabad, there is a problem of red sand. So once a vehicle goes in Zahirabad, it completely becomes red. That's the problem with Zahirabad. So people prefer staying little far or little away from Zahirabad. And obviously, many industries are going to come near Naikar and Jansarangam area, Jarasangam area. So people will prefer staying little away from it. So a good potential area looks to be Sadashivapet and somewhere around Zahirabad for me, according to me, or even around Bidar, right? So that's my take on this. Even you can go and read this. I'm going to update the link in the description. You can go and browse and have a look at this particular news. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. We'll make many such videos in the future. Thank you.